Hello from Safonovo. This is a podcast Pigeon of Peace where we do discuss awesome skills of troubleshooters. Watch, listen, and check the description below for the details. Let's talk about sense of smell, and let's start with the definition.
When I was young, my father is military man. He was doing a very strange procedure each morning. He was shaving, and then he was putting on the hand some part of cologne. It's okay to say cologne?
Or cologne, yes.
Cologne, and then he was put it on the cheeks and was, I don't know, slapping himself.
Slapping, yes.
And slapping himself on the face, and he became a bit red. And then he was saying, ah, and he was going to on the job. I asked him why he is doing. It was looks like it's hurt him a bit, and he was saying it's also like disinfection. It's okay.
Yeah, disinfection.
Disinfection also. And good smell. And one day I made almost the same, but without shaving. It was like on my primary school, and then my teacher was having a hard conversation with my mom because she was saying that I was smelling I don't know, like refresher. It's okay to say refresher.
Yeah, like or deodorant.
Deodorant for a very long way. And my mom was saying, you know, your father is working on the airfield, and it is open space, and the smell doesn't hurt anyone. When you use it, you will not feel it after several minutes, but people who will come to you and they will go somewhere, they will feel it all the day. And for someone, your smell will not looks like a good one. So use it as less as possible. After several years, I don't know exactly, maybe 20 years, I was working in open space, and I was lucky. I have my own room, but when I was entering, I was feeling some smell. Sometimes it was, I don't know how to say, лак для волос?
Gel for the hairs.
Gel for the hairs or something else. And you know, it was a very strong mixture. And if people will work all together, sometimes they have an agreement. Do not use cologne or духи, perfume, and so on. And when I feel it, I could understand that person maybe newcomer, or maybe he or she was a military person. So you should understand that your lovely scent maybe wouldn't be loved by anyone else. By the way, I was working in Dubai on a small project on Kempinski Hotel. This is one of the corners of Dubai shopping mall, if I am not mistaken. The same where is a ski resort is located. And I was recognized by Kempinski, and they were saying, "Oh, you have, I don't know, diamond or something like this status, and we have in our CRM that you like some kind of smell." I don't know how to say muskusный орех.
Muskus, just muskus.
Muskus. And they gave me, this was not a new one, and the hotel was specially asked some company to give this in new bottles. And suddenly my wife Inessa, she told me, I don't like this smell, but was my lovely smell. For me it was smell for Dubai, because I was working in Jumeirah, in Kempinski, and one more hotel I couldn't right now remember. But in all hotels I was asking, could we have this kind of scent? So your beloved, or maybe your parents, or maybe your child, they will not like something how it smells. For example, you have been working in Asia, and maybe you like, as me, to eat durian. Do you like it or not?
Yeah, I do, but after a couple of times.
Yes, and you know, when you will try to test with someone else who is new, not many people like it. The same would be with door blue, the kind of cheese. The same would be with some sort of beer and something like this. And you know, it's very pity, because I like durian and my wife doesn't like. So the scent, the sense of smell is different for everyone. And by the way, we should understand that, for example, girls and women, they have much strong feelings for the smell.
And when it comes to developing it, because obviously, yes, we might be coming from a different backgrounds, we might be coming from a different like cultural aspects. Like even for when I was, let's say in Thailand, sometimes they do like a spoiled fish or smoked fish, and it's like in our interpretation, it stinks a lot, but for them, it's like a tasty. So if we want to develop not only taste, but maybe an ability to distinguish different notes, what exactly do we need to do? Or it's something that was inherited and we cannot really develop it and we just have to live with whatever we have?
I have been to Scandinavia. And I have been eating some kind of cans. It's named like surströmming. Have you heard about this?
No, but rings a bell.
It's like a shark which was digged in the ground, and after some kind of fermentation, it was put into the cans, and it's named as a worst smell all over the world. And sometimes even local people, they open those cans not just on open air under the water. So they put an open under the water. But anyway, when it would be open, for a lot of people, maybe for 99%, it would be the worst food ever. But anyway, if you will be warned, and if you will stay, for example, like in 10 steps, and maybe if someone or somehow it would be established that the smell would go away and you should take it small part, maybe you will like it. I was lucky. I was very caring person, заботливый.
Caring
Persons, so I tasted and I like it. But if someone would try to make a surprise, maybe I would find it like disgusting. So depends how fast you will come to the smell, how caring would be people which would try to give you the taste of the smell, and how you feel by yourself. There is another story. I was diving. I couldn't remember, maybe in Egypt, I was diving on dive safari like for 6 or 8 days and with clients. And it was one morning when no one could wake up because it was a very hard drink. I never drink. So I was in the boat, but suddenly one colleague of mine, he also was saying, oh, I'm also not drunk. So let's go all together. And we were in the boat, we were sitting, everything is good, sunshine, it's early morning. Water is crystal clear, and suddenly he was saying to me, I feel myself good. And I also say to him, yes, I am. But suddenly, almost simultaneously, we turn out of each other, and then I know how to say, нас вырвало. We
vomited.
We vomited, and then we was shying, and also we were trying not to look to each other. But when I was diving with some people in area of Sipadan, it's close to island Borneo. Those divers, local divers, they have a very strange habit. Sometimes they made this vomit under the water to feed the fishes. Sometimes they eat really cheap food, not to feed themselves, but to feed the fishes. And they find this just normal. But under the water, you have no feeling of the smell. But when you will see this, it's also making you like, I know how to say, virtual smell.
Well, yeah, you kind of can project the smell in your head. Probably this is what usually happens. And sometimes we also may want to delight someone with a smell, whether it's, let's say, our boss, our customer, our loved one. So how we should, let's say, we would pretend like a special agent or someone who actually could figure out the stuff. So how we could identify something without asking directly, because different people, they have a different, not only sense of smell, but also maybe specific preferences for times or maybe places. So whether there is a good chance to guess or do like a calculated guess to make sure we do it right.
It is a very, very strange situation. I have been living close to Hollywood studio, and this was a hotel, if I'm not mistaken, the same name, Hollywood or something like this. And this was a huge one, maybe 3-star. 3 stars, but it was almost the closest one to the studio where it was time to make filming, and I was there with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And there was a low budget film, something about hockey. And I was there for another stuff, but anyway, we were some meetings with Stallone, with Catherine Zeta-Jones, with Schwarzenegger, and so on. And it was a small portion, I don't know how to say, автоприцепы.
Need to think about this one.
Like
Probably attachment.
Car dom. Sorry?
Probably car attachment.
Car attachment, yes, okay. And some people were living in this car attachment, and they also could change clothes and to have some eat. And we were sitting in one car attachment, and it was a very hard smell because people were wearing not a new form for hockey, and they were trying to make some tricks for the video, and they were sweating all the time. And Schwarzenegger, he was sitting like everything is okay. But for me, it was very hard. And I was saying, oh, come on, could we ask someone to wash these clothes and so on? And he told me, this is old one. It would be thrown away after 2 weeks. So it's better not to wash because not many hours would be filmed. But I could ask some guys and they would clean all around. And after a day, someone came and they were using so strong chemicals. We were sitting like in the laundry. So very strong smell. And it was even worse than the smell of the sweat. But after several years, I was established my company. The name was BTech company, Bragинский technology or Bright technology, as it was official. And I have one employee, and we call him Shrek. He was, I don't know how to say, not good cutted. He was fat, and he has a very strange habit. He was taking out his shoes, and his socks maybe was really washed. And everyone do not want to work with him. And also they all asked me to fire him. It was a huge hangar, like 2,000 meters. And for me, it was quite okay. Yes, some smell. And I remember this situation and asked cleaning company to bring good smelling, strong perfume. And they were cleaning. And it takes like 2 weeks. No one would notice. So we will hide the smell of his socks under the smell of those, I don't know how to say, средства.
Yeah, like a detergent or like any other chemicals. Yes, and sometimes, yes, we might be actually losing sense of smell, and sometimes we might be not even, figuring this out. So again, like as you said, what I noticed that usually women, they would have like slightly different or maybe advanced level of it. And sometimes we might be, trying some stuff that actually, if we get used to it, we might be try to not to see it in the future. For example, what I kind of noticed, smokers, they can't really see or feel that actually they might be really stinking. So that means we get used to, or maybe our sense of smell getting worse. So how to fight with it, or maybe how to actually, show the person that actually, it's getting worse. So they probably may work on some sort of improvements.
There is a saying in Russian language, something like, when you're kissing with someone who is smoker, it's like to kiss ashtray. Yes, people do not notice how they smell with cigarettes or cigars or with alcohol. I have a boss who likes to smoke cigars. And his clothes, his hairs, his hands, his cabinet, even papers which I would take from his cabinet would have a smell of, I don't know how to say, кислая капуста.
Sour cabbage.
Sour cabbage. And it was always understandable where these papers came from. And he was so powerful, he was so rich that I just used to this. And sometime when I will enter some hotels and go to cigar clubs, I feel this smell. And now I think that maybe this is smell of rich people. So you could create associations for some smells. For example, my grandma likes a very old-fashioned perfume. Maybe you know this red, I don't know, say, Mac.
Probably it could be called like this, red Mac.
Red Mac, and you know it's very old one. When I will give you the scent, you will understand. You definitely knew this, but it's old-fashioned, very old-fashioned. But you know, for me, it's like association with my grandma. So sometimes, if you have unpleasant smell, you could create association with something which is good for you, but not disgusting.
Well, then my last question will be how knowing about sense of smell could make this world a better place.
You know, I was head of security, and I was listening, which was talked under the wire, like a hidden micro, which was installed in walls on some cabinets or negotiations room. And sometime I heard that especially women were saying, oh, this person is so stinky. It could be employee, it could be subordinate, it could be boss, it could be client. And at this point, I was thinking, okay, I should spend my life not to stink. So it's better to clean yourself as often as it could be. By the way, I was intimate. Я был знаком.
Acquainted.
I was, thank you, acquainted with very famous in Russia politician. His surname was Zhirinovsky. He was just opposite. He was saying he was proud that he taken the bus just twice per week. And he was saying, if you will wash yourself as me, I was making it like 2 times per day, you will get luck out of your skin.
Well, and then we review the skill of sense of smell and how it could be helpful for you. Stay in peace.